Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kirk from LaneFlix Media. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Hereditary from 2018, directed by Ari Aster. When it came out, I honestly shrugged it off. I thought it was going to be very overrated. It's just going to be another one of those low-key horror movies that people just give a pass because it's not jump scares like constantly. It's definitely a special movie. It's a movie that stands apart even in good modern horror movies. It still is, I think, a little bit better than most. I'm not the biggest fan of like touting really big movies just because everybody does. So I like to find the little ones that people don't know about as much, but I think most people that are into horror know about Hereditary by now. If you're not into horror, if you haven't heard of Hereditary, it's essentially a drama. The events following the drama and the results of the drama are the horror. That is the horror, the things that freak you out in the movie. So, and I'm not going to get into spoilers at all, because if it's spoiled for you, it'll be completely ruined. So yeah, there's a lot of family drama. That's where I think all of the events and conflict in the film kind of sprout from. That is one of the main reasons why I guess I appreciate it so much, because showing it to my sister, she of course was looking for a scary movie, so I was like, alright, let's watch Hereditary. She's 16, so she's not super young, but she's a little young to be watching something like this, so I tread a little lightly. I gave her a few warnings here and there. Not warnings as far as jump scares, but warnings as far as like the graphic nature of the horror. And yeah, she really appreciated it. There were a few moments where she actually jumped off the couch she was sitting on, so that was pretty funny. I love sitting with people watching a scary movie that, like, seeing their reaction is half the fun to me of watching scary movies. So I believe I watched it with my friend Justin first. And then after I watched it with her, and yeah, I just needed to do a video about it because I've watched it so much recently. And plus, I do think it needs some accommodation, because it's definitely a good movie. It's well crafted. The editing is really nice. The acting is superb. I think Toni Collette was probably, from the movies I saw in 2018, this is possibly the best performance. Yeah, it's good performances. It's quality writing. It's not stupid family writing that you see a lot in movies. It's pretty well written, and the plot of the cult aspect of the movie, it depends on, I guess, my mindset when I'm watching it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but generally, like, the first time you watch it, it works perfectly. I would put this movie in the vein of like An Exorcist or a Rosemary's Baby, and there's actually a lot of references to both of those in the movie. It's definitely a movie to watch if you enjoy horror movies, if you enjoy like well-crafted horror movies, classic horror movies, and you don't feel like there's been a classic horror movie released recently, check out Hereditary, because to me, it's a modern horror masterwork. It surpasses just like good modern horror movies, and it's like great to me. I think it's really good. I really appreciate the eye adjusting to the dark aspect of the movie. There's a lot of that in the lighting and the way, like the cinematography, the way it's shot. There's a lot of light adjustment because the movie's so dark. So like the way it's shot, you have to give yourself a second to get used to it. And it's just like being in the dark. There's parts in this that will make you scared to be alone, which to me is one of the best things, but most terrifying things a horror movie can do is make you scared to be by yourself, and make you think about all the terrible things in it when you're alone and when you're not around someone else that you can talk to about it or just distract yourself with. So there's a lot of being by yourself horror in this. I will say, I think the son, the actor who played the son, Alex Wolff, I believe is his name, he's really good. very underrated actor in my opinion. He did a really good job in this movie, and I think he's in the Jumanji films, but to me, it's not the Jumanji films are terrible. I haven't watched the second one, I don't think, but the first one was an entertaining, like, adventure movie. It's sad to me to see a young actor just kind of like plop into a franchise, and then like they don't have to push their acting, they don't have to expand like how good they are anymore, because it's like, oh, I'm safe, I'm in a franchise. And I think that ruins a lot of really good actors. So yeah, the daughter, played by Millie Shapiro, is fantastic, and her performance is completely recontextualized by the end of the movie, so it's even better after you know a few things about her by the end. She's fantastic in it, though. One of the best kid actors I've seen in any modern movies in general. Yeah, the performances are really what support this movie. I mean, it is scary, there are really good scares, but the performances are what really sell it and sort of immerse you in the world of this family and in the horror that they're enduring. Together, you're with them. So instead of getting into the plot, I was just going to talk about a little bit of trivia and try to stay away from spoilers as much as I can, because again, I don't want to spoil anything in this movie. I really want people who are just getting into horror to watch it, and people that are very critical of modern horror and want classics back to watch it too. And I would love to hear both opinions in my comment section, so yeah, that'd be great. I found this interesting. Toni Collette actually praised director Ari Aster for being one of the most prepared directors that she's ever worked with. He had the movie planned out like 2 years in advance, and so I guess that really impressed her. And it is impressive to have a complete film kind of put together in your mind, but just needing to actually shoot it and cut it to, bring it to fruition. There's a scene where they're conducting a seance, and there's I don't really want to get too much into it, but there's a spirit that is using chalkboard to communicate, and I guess to pull that effect off, they put a magnet in the chalk, and then they had a magnet under the table, and they just drug it around. But the effect is really good. I thought it had to be CG because it's so smooth, and it is really, really well done. This makes sense. In the trivia, it says Ari Aster wanted to go for more emotionally earned scares than just jump scares, which makes sense. That's what this whole movie is emotionally earned scares. That's a really good way to not sum up this movie, but sum up the mission statement of the movie. The movie was shot in 32 days, which is pretty impressive. A little over 4.5 weeks about. So that's pretty impressive, because there's a lot of really good shots in this that you would think would take a long time to get right. Very Kubrickian cinematography here and there. Yeah, it's interesting to see it didn't take as long as some other movies of the same quality. So yeah, there were some specific effects in this that I guess the special effects team had to learn in preparation for the movie, and one of the things they had to learn was making a candle light itself, so that's pretty cool. Hereditary is a movie I think will live past a lot of the crap that's released today. I really think everyone should watch it. I believe it's streaming right now on Hulu, so yeah, go check it out. Please let me know what you think if you have seen it, or if you do end up watching it, come back and comment, let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Please, I'd like to know, if I'm making the right suggestions to people. If you have any suggestions for movies or any requests for any type of movie, I'll do drama, I'll do sci-fi, I'll do western, I'll do musical, I'll do anything you guys want. So if you guys have anything you would like to know my opinion on, then comment or DM me on Twitter or Instagram and let me know. I'm going to put my handles in the description and right here. So please go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, LaneFlix Media. Please let me know what you guys think, and like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. I have taken a little bit of time since my last little burst of videos just because I've been having trouble editing and file storage. So I should be getting back to 1 or 2 a week, but we will see. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.